much. Just cut a hole in a bin bag.
Sounds
5 boxes
great.
of Swizzles, cut a hole in a bin bag. Done.
There we
Cool.
go. I'll do one more sound check now that we're all here.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah,
It's
It's
cool.
not a first rodeo, is
You never
it?
know what would be useful, do we? So,
Especially
yeah.
if there's someone in it.
Right. Let's do the final sound check. Lorraine Robinson, how are we doing today?
I'm good, thank you, Colin Manford.
Bo
Hello.
Bentley.
Hello, I'm all good.
No, we're super relaxed. Right, sound check. Lorraine Robinson.
Colin Manford.
What did you have for breakfast?
I had a Slim Fast bar.
Ooh, nutritious and delicious.
Going on
Nice.
a cruise,
And
aren't
then
you?
there's the advert right there. Nutritious and delicious.
Slim fast. Da-da-da.
So we're just gonna hit record and chat.
What will this be, episode 24?
It'll be 25. 24 is this Friday, which is Vince and Jay, and then 25, quarter of a century.
Quarter of a century.
Wow.
Right, do some silence, and then we'll just. Lorraine Robinson.
Colin Manford. Ooh, Halloween. Are you excited or scared?
Both.
Yeah. Oh.
Both. I like to be scared, but in the sense of like watching horror films and stuff like that. But then after we experienced what we experienced, which will all become clear.
Well, let's give them a bit of a shout out now because it's the release of their podcast.
Yeah, so it's this Sunday, Fox and Gina Lamb, Into the Unknown is being released, their debut episode, which is all about kind of paranormal activity and paranormal investigation. We were very kindly invited to the show.
I feel like we should say we were very lucky to be invited.
And we will talk very briefly, but I think it sounds very perfect to introduce our guest.
Yes.
At this time, we met her on the hunt. We heard there was a paranormal investigator joining us. Called Bo Bentley. She joins us for our Halloween show as well. We got in there first.
Yeah.
Bo, thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me back.
There we go. There is definitely a connection.
Yeah. We all bonded quite well in that house that day, didn't we?
Yeah, my hair's gone grey now as well. Got a bit streak going through. So Bo, we've decided to do the show without kind of scripting it or planning anything because I think we all experienced something so amazing that we'd like to talk about. But obviously we won't do too much, so you can have the big reveal on Foxy and the Lamb. But it was crazy, and then through that we met you, who's a paranormal investigator. So I think we definitely want to kind of just delve into that and how that came about, and then we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I would just. My biggest question is, how do you get into being a paranormal investigator?
Well, it just feels like a bridge of instance, really. From being a very young girl, it's something that I was always interested in. But as you can imagine, a lot of people say, well, you can't do that as a job, like what sort of thing. And
that's not an interview with the careers advice.
That's it. Yeah, when I was picking my GCSEs, it didn't turn up. So I was a little bit like, right, well, how do we go about this? And it's always more been like a hobby or an interest. There's always just been something there that I've not been able to let go of. And then I wound up DJing for a hotel for 10 years as a wedding DJ. And that hotel, it was so haunted, guys. It was so haunted. And even my own father, who is a skeptic, started to experience things and see things and all of that. And that fueled the fire, really. And then it was quite a bizarre twist of fate. I actually got sent a job advert, an online job advert for an actual paranormal investigator down in...
So it does exist.
It does exist. But they said I needed a certification to actually join them.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, where do I go? What do I need to do? And there is a paranormal academy. Won't you believe it?
Really?
Absolutely. I've got my certification in parapsychology, you know, studying the unknown and all that sort of stuff. And then I did a ghost hunting and paranormal investigation one with them. And it actually came to the point where the people in Oxford said, you're not within a 30-minute radius of our location, so you've not been chosen. And I was just like, duh. But it didn't matter because then I'd got my certification. I started to do my investigations just for myself, really.
Yeah.
I thought, I know more now. Let's go on out. And it's just been tumbling from there. Every time I've gone forward and investigated a new place, something new has come up. So it just feels like it's so present in my life.
It sounds more like a calling, really, than a decision that you made.
Oh, yeah.
Like you've been drawn into it. I know you enjoy it, but you know, everything that's happened has meant that you can continue in it. There's not been a barrier put up.
Absolutely.
Someone, whether that's you or whoever, has helped that come down and continue that journey for you.
And the people that you meet along the way as well. I've encountered people where I've been friends with them on a night out, whatever, for 5 minutes, not thought anything of it, and then I get a phone call from BBC Radio Nottingham saying we've been advised by this person that you're a paranormal investigator.
Oh, wow.
How do you mind talking about a haunted residence that's come up for sale? And it's little things like that that have all helped along the way.
Yeah.
And everything that I've learned, it all becomes this big amalgamation of just skills and knowledge that is perfect for this. Yeah.
There we go. That's do you know what though? Because it's my experience, obviously, with you at the haunted house. We feel relaxed into it because I suppose in the industry you're in, because there's charlatans and there's that reputation and stigma that comes with paranormal investigator. So you've got to fight with that, I suppose. But then the way we relaxed with you was that kind of, it was just dead real. It was just kind of, let's chat. If something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's just not today. And I think by doing that, we all felt more relaxed, and the experience we had was kind of heightened by your professionalism and that kind of passion for what you do.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think for me, when you said I don't do Ouija boards, I was like, oh, okay, you're not in this then for let's channel them and make it all woo. You were kind of like, no, we don't do that and that's
yeah.
And then when you talk about your qualifications in it and you know the accredited bodies and things like that, the credibility that brings, suddenly then as a skeptic that I was and someone that was quite naive to it all like Colin was, we come in and then we kind of go, there's an authority here, and it's not an authority that's going to make it happen to create content. You genuinely are kind of like, I want this to happen.
Yes.
And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Sorry, guys, that's the way it is today. Today's not today.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I suppose, again, what kind of highlights that is, there was a few times, and we'll explain what we're talking about in this house, but there's a few times when something happened where you went, sorry, guys, that wasn't what you think it was.
Yeah.
Whereas the charlatans in the world will go, oh my God, that was a ghost, that was a spirit, that was something. Whereas you went, I'll
Turn your phone off.
I'll explain that right now. So for those who were wondering, a couple of weeks ago we went to 30 East Drive in Pontefract, which if you don't know is the
Google
most
it.
Google it.
Google it.
Poltergeist house. It's the UK's most haunted house.
Yeah,
maybe in Europe.
Europe's most violent poltergeist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is all crazy. So we kind of, again, just through chance and the universe aligning or whatever you believe in, we had Paul Fox on our show a couple of months back now, and I've known Paul for years, but then he'd become friends of the show, and then Gina, and they do a podcast, and it was just kind of, we're going to do this podcast. And then suddenly it was, do you want to come on the opening episode?
It was a bit kind of like what you just said before about you meet people along the way, you have a conversation, you don't think about anything of it. 3 months later, someone makes a call and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I was in that place at that time. It's that thing of you're in the right place at the right time.
100%.
Is that coincidence or is that something that's meant to be? And there we all were. We all ended up. I don't think we should talk about what happened in the house because that's for their podcast. It's for your content, and it's too good for us, but to release. But I think the thing to take from it is you should tune into it because it's quite special.
It is very special. But just I picked up on that now. Again, in your industry and what you do, that word coincidence must come up so much. Is it just a coincidence, Bo, that this happened? And again, we won't do any spoilers, but too much happened in that house with us that you can't put it down to coincidence. I've had experiences in the past which I've explained, and I can talk about that today, the pub stuff, that one time you go, maybe I've heard something, I've seen something, it's him, I'm tired, or whatever that looks like. But there's no coincidence, is there, really, when so much happens in that short space of time.
Correct. Because for the most part, I'm very much like you. If there's only one or two things happening, I would much rather, for my own, mental health and stuff, just go, no, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing spooky here. But then on the opposite side of it, when we're getting intelligent responses, we can hear things being moved around. And you hear the stories of people that have been physically attacked as well. How on earth can you say that's a coincidence? How did that happen? And that's what we're here for, to try and find the answers to the questions that have still got that big question mark attached to them.
That leads me actually to something I was thinking the other day. Do you ever get scared? Because in that house, you felt very calm and you were very logical. And that was what I got from it. Like, well, we'll get this machine, we'll see what it does, we'll apply logic. You were constantly almost like a skeptic. What else could it be? What else could it be? Which is great because it adds credibility to it.
Yeah.
But do you ever get a bit scared? Because you sat in a cupboard on your own, a pretty scary situation and stuff. And I'm thinking, he is she crazy or has she just got balls? You know?
A little from column A and a little from column B. You know what? Your energy in the group really helps contribute towards that, because if I can go into a room and see that people are going to take this seriously and, you know, listen and do it, then I know we're all going to have a great time, and it's much easier for me to look after you as well, because the whole time I do feel scared on the run up to the investigation. I've even got a clip that will be on the video that will be on my YouTube of just before I enter the house.
Oh, really?
And I admit that I'm scared, and you can see it on my face, and I just do this like breath out, and it's as soon as I'm walking towards the place, I'm going, I need to solidify my energy right now.
We've seen that because you almost zoned yourself. You floated up the driveway.
That's the word
we
we
all
use.
commented
It's like you floated
she
into the
is.
house.
Yeah, it was like a presence came in. So I get what you mean there. You put yourself in the zone, and I think we all felt that.
Exactly, and that's all it is. Just sort of like just aligning myself so I'm ready for the task. Because if, regardless of whether I'm scared or if I'm brave in there, I need to be as level as possible so the maximum can happen, you know. And it's taken a long time because when you're in a place alone, and, you know, I asked you to close the door on me, I didn't know what was going to happen. I'd heard some stories, I didn't know. And it's just that thing where I go, no, I believe in my own ability. I believe that I'm safe and I've got the capacity to look after everyone else here. They trust me. We are absolutely sound. You know, we are getting communication. We are asking if we can go to places. We're asking if we can touch things. We were doing it all right, so I had a great night that night. No,
and we all did think, well, we'll look after us.
100%.
I'd completely put that responsibility on you that day.
100%, especially again. In fact, we might go ask that question now. That the cleansing that you do. So obviously, we all experienced something so special that day, and we interacted with spirits and that kind of. And then you did the cleansing afterwards, which I never thought would happen that day. I just assumed we'd go in, experience stuff, jump in the car, go home. Whereas you were like, no, I need to cleanse you. So can you explain that, the kind of why you do that, and what's the purpose?
Absolutely. So the main purpose is to make sure that your energy is as clear as possible, so that when you exit that room, you had quite a big contact with something potentially from the other side. You're in a vulnerable state, and if you believe in energy and like your chakra alignments and stuff like that, when you are at your most steady, you're absolutely fine. But going into a scary situation, your energy gets knocked out of whack. You might feel anxiety, but something's going to start happening. So what I need to do is go in, and I use old shamanic techniques through sound healing, using Tibetan bowls, because the frequency is enough to disrupt a low frequency energy and to bring the energy of the room up. Yeah, so we use the Florida water with all the herbs and the spices. Just
smells
because
amazing.
It does smell gorgeous,
yeah, that was mostly for
like a really high-end spa.
Oh, it was beautiful.
But you
wasn't
didn't just
it?
Google how to do this. You actually went and learned how to do that, didn't
Yes,
you?
Yes, I travelled over to Holland to train under a shamanic teacher for a short time, and it was magnificent what we experienced. And at the time, I didn't think I would ever accredit to any of that to the paranormal side of things, because that was a separate path that I was taking at that time. But then I returned back to England, and they go, one moment, I can link all this stuff together. So it's just using those ancient techniques that have been around for hundreds of years, because, you know, the tribes and stuff, they believed that they could help negative spirit pass on, and how to retrieve positive spirit, and what to do. And it's just taking those things that, is it a coincidence? Is it not? But after you were cleansed in the room, did you feel better in yourself?
I felt better, because I went from, when I went into that room, I was scared. Like, my heart was going
You'll
crazy.
need to listen to episode 2 of Into the Unknown to know this, because they've done a whole bit on it, because it was that crazy.
There was a moment, it was an experiment, and it was that kind of, you know, I chose to do it just because, you can call it brave, but I wanted, because we experienced so much.
not lose face.
I didn't want to lose face.
No way I was doing it.
Well, everyone was saying no, but I thought when Bo explained what this experiment was, I was like, it needs to happen today, though. And so if we've got a chance of possibly seeing a spirit, or a spirit to appear, why not? And I remember at the time being so, it felt like it was 8 minutes a minute. I think it was only about 30-40 seconds, which is enough time. So I had the fear. We can explain what the experiment is, though. We don't say what happened. Can we?
No.
Let's leave it.
I think we should leave it. Yeah, it's too big for them. I think we should definitely tune into it.
Definitely tune in. So and so when Bo kind of came in, it was that kind of like, I need to cleanse, you know, because I felt this apprehension, I felt anxiety, and then you did the cleanse, and it was the smell that got me first, and then the sound, and I did. I think something shifted in the room. I definitely felt it, and so yeah, no, it's fascinating.
When you do it for me, it just put my mind at ease. I thought, because part of me thought, whether it's real, it's not, you're taking responsibility with the situation and you're doing that, and it just felt it can't do any harm. But I went away feeling that was a good thing that happened. It's been a positive day. Yeah, and I'd love to have my house smell like that.
Hey, I can cleanse
your house smell like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
you can mop the floors with it and everything, you know, because it's meant to be, that smell is meant to soothe you. So you know how you said you felt calm?
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's exactly what all those fragrances do. It brings you back to your senses.
So do you have a merch shop on your website?
I feel like I need to start brewing and selling it.
Starting here again.
So you've heard it here first on Plain Comedy.
So that leads us into then you have like a channel, don't you? And
I do, yes.
Yeah. So what's give the name of it then first?
Okay. So it's on YouTube, Mindset TV. It's the late night entertainment channel. The focus of it is all about just having that excitement towards the discovery of the unknown again, and to not be afraid of the dark, and to find the places that have been lost and the memories that have faded and everything. So you've got urban explorations of historical sites, beautiful buildings that have been left to ruin, so you can almost see like another world there. But then quite a few of these places, as you can imagine, are haunted, so that links nicely into the paranormal stuff as well. And then the people that we've met along the way, a lot of them are creative people, the dreamers. They want to know what life has got to offer. So there's another section where it's like, if you're an independent creative, if you're just someone that wants to learn more, send us your stuff. And we get sent music and all sorts. Okay. Yeah, so it's like a collective.
It's like a constant discovery, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The trailer you edited, it was like amazing. A proper horror film. I thought, is this the Conjuring 4? You know.
Where's our horror movie, guys?
Yeah.
But that trailer as well highlights the kind of, if you were umming and ahhing whether you're going to listen to this podcast on Halloween, watch the trailer, because there's some great bits in there with some extracts of the voices we heard,
correct,
what we captured on camera, the kind of everything about it was fantastic.
So is all that on there then? All on your YouTube? Everything? So head over, subscribe to Mindset TV.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would just, even if you're just curious, go and have a look, because it's fabulous.
Oh,
it's really good. Those trailers you did for Fox and Gina Lamb, I watched them, I was like, I was there when I watched this, you know, really.
Well,
thank you so much.
That's a sign of something that is so good, because, you know, how many times do you listen back to your own work sometimes in the past and go, oh, I'm a bit cringy, but...
We do it every week.
Yeah, but we get the odd show where we go, oh, that was good, that. We listen to ourselves, and you almost forget it's you that created it. I think that's what you've got going with that editing is, because editing's hard.
You know what? I tried to channel the feeling that we all had when we were there, because it wasn't just a linear thing of we're in a room and we're listening. We're looking around. We're
all the senses are on.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. So in all of my videos, I try and recreate that. And even if I've done another video with Foxy before, that was the first, celebrity ghost hunt that I did, and that's on Mindset. And it's just the way that you just have the cutaways and stuff. When you look up the stairs, you don't look up the stairs fast. You kind of look up, don't you? A bit like,
you're almost like, I don't know if I want there to be someone up there, but I have to look.
Exactly, yeah. So through all the edits, I've tried to make it so that as you are watching it, it's the exact point of view experience of someone who would be in the house.
First-hand experience. So the connection that you get, that kind of we all felt together as a group. There was 5 of us there, and we're all linked by different people, but then we all came together, and it was, for me, within half an hour, everyone was just a team, and it was like we've known each other forever. Does that make a difference for your investigation? If you do group investigation, have you had people in the past who go in skeptical, they're arseholes about it?
Didn't you? Everyone's got to be. If someone's disruptive, does it kind of...
Absolutely. It's so much easier for me to look after the group if everybody's got respect for what's happening. I've been out with other paranormal groups before, and there was one that I said, I'm not investigating with you guys again, because they were really just acting up, sort of, it was a massive joke to them. And for me, that actually almost hits somewhere a little bit soft and sensitive. I think this is a respect thing right here, and you guys don't get it, and there's nothing I can say or do. And if anything, they're hindering the whole experience for everybody else anyway. So I have experienced it, and I do try and stay away from it.
Does that affect kind of, again, it sounds crazy to ask questions like this, but so the spirits that we kind of encounter, so we experience positive spirits and dark spirits, and we know the difference. So you go in with a group like that who is very negative, or that they're being dicks, and they're trying to hunt in the physical sense of I want to harm these spirits. do the spirits act back and go, right, well, we're going to deal with
100%.
this?
100%. The energy is always matched. I
Oh,
can
wow, okay.
guarantee. Yeah. So if you go into an investigation and you thinking, I'm not going to take this seriously, I'm going to prat about and be awful, then you are going to get some energy that's going to want to prat about with you
Right,
and be awful
okay.
with you.
Mhm.
We all went into ours open-minded, respect. We got respect and we had fun and they had fun.
Yeah.
So whatever you are bringing to the table, you're going to get it back.
It's kind of like that in life, though, in general, isn't it? If
Mhm.
you're a positive, out there person, good things come. If you're quite
Yeah.
negative, so it is about what you attract and
That
things.
laws of attraction, isn't it?
We-
See, that's where you can apply science and logic to what you do, where most people
Yes.
go, ghosts. But you know, there's a science to it,
There is
which
a
there is.
science.
That even like my dad, who's he's very skeptic. He's an atheist, which I am. And this is what's interesting for me. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in heaven and hell. I believe in paranormal.
I
I
love
suppose, though, paranormal and God isn't aligned. I think
No.
it just has been historically because it's another realm, another thing, and people align them. But
Yes.
they're not even, if anything, they oppose each other, don't they?
Agreed. You'll find that some churches and stuff, if you actually ask them to do a paranormal investigation there, you'll get turned away.
I bet if you bought them a new roof, they'd say yeah.
I'll show them
Yeah,
Sunday.
imagine. That's why we sneak around at night.
Nicking lead. No, I'm
Oh, no.
only joking. I'm only kidding. I'm only
I'm
kidding.
too busy hunting ghosts for that. Yeah, I'm too busy on the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah.
Do you find that around, because obviously it's Halloween special,
Oh, yeah.
do you find around Halloween kind of people become a bit more interested and
Oh,
dabble
absolutely.
a bit more with it and want to be
Yeah.
part of it?
Agree, yeah, 100%. And I almost think, I wonder if that contributes to the fact that more sort of eerie stuff happens around this time of
Right,
year. You hear
okay.
stories, don't you? Like, oh yeah, this place is haunted, but only on October 31st. And you
But
think,
is that because when the energy's there? and-
yeah, it could either be a recurring thing or it could be the person's mindset, hence the name of the channel. Like, it's all about that. And I'm really excited that people can get excited about the paranormal at least
Yeah.
once a year.
Yeah,
I'd love if they could be, on it all year
Well, it's
round.
like Christmas, everyone's religious for one day. So
That's
Halloween,
it.
let's just get on board.
That's it.
Yeah. Do you find that you feel like you need to do something different at Halloween, or do you just kind of like, no, this is what I do, or do you have a need? Do you have like a calling for it? And
Well, it's quite strange, really, because I think when I was younger, absolutely, I thought, right, this is my night. This is where I'm going to
Oh.
find the most of the stuff. And I think that was, I don't know, is it a little bit of me just not knowing at the time, or you
it
just
could be
assumed?
that society accepts it more as well.
Correct.
So you feel a bit more like I can actually be a bit more me at the moment.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
The positive thing is the longer I've done it and the more I've been, having it run alongside my life 365 days of the year, I just think Halloween's an excuse for me to almost take a night off.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody else is out there
You go do
discovering.
it, guys.
Yeah, you guys can send me tomorrow any pictures you've got. Just send them to
Yeah,
me.
because that's the history of Halloween is All Hallows Eve, isn't it? And it's a night where the paranormal can come.
You're
But
right.
it's almost kind of made. It's been made obviously very commercial over the years.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. That kind of spirits don't. Like we had the conversation on the way to the house, didn't we? Where Lorraine was kind of like, "We're going in the day though." Like it was like kind of.
I was
Ghosts
that
only come at
kind of
night, don't- you know?
naive to it.
And it was
yeah.
like, no, I definitely think ghosts. I don't think ghosts have a time zone.
But
Yeah,
I actually
where are
think,
they?
though, I
So-
really believe I say that to protect myself.
Yeah.
Because it's a
Yes.
little bit, as much as I go, I'm a skeptic, I don't believe. It's more, I don't want to see something when I'm
Yeah.
on my own and feel scared.
Mm.
Yeah.
So if I put it out there, no, not in the day, I'm really saying to myself, if I'm in the house on my own in the day, nothing's going to happen. And then, because I remember at the time when we were in the house and me and you were talking about when you go to bed at night and, you're
Mhm.
saying when you wake up and you were telling me about the hours between when it's kind of the most
Yeah.
energy. And that night I went to bed and I was like, I needed the loo so much, and I would not look at my clock because I was like, I'm not opening my eyes. I don't feel like it's 4 o'clock yet.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no,
wait.
Really?
But I was fine. I've never
Yeah.
been scared since. There was an incident that I had with a marble afterwards in my home that links to everything with the goat. Do we call it a ghost one?
I'd say it's an
An
investigation.
investigation.
Yeah,
Yeah, ghost hunt makes it sound.
Yeah,
a bit-
every point of this, I've never called it a ghost hunt. What we did, I've always
Yes,
done. It
it's
was a
an
paranormal
investigation, yeah,
investigation.
yeah.
You're right.
And it was only really after that and spoke to Foxy and Gina about it and stuff, and they were saying they'd spoke to them and said it was fine, that I actually felt quite at ease with it. And I'm actually now a little bit more open to, you can come and visit me, but don't scare me and don't, and
Again, it wants that respect because they're in your
Yeah.
house now, and
Yes.
I think that highlights
my house,
in your
my
house.
rules.
Yeah. I think that highlights the kind of what we went through that day is the fact that because if even one of us didn't have the experience we did, would you have picked up the phone or gone on the WhatsApp group and went, guys, I've just found a marble?
No,
Because you could have went, I feel a bit silly doing this. Whereas
yeah.
we all
No,
experienced.
I was like, it's dead exciting.
Yeah.
Look what I found.
But it's great because
yeah.
the conversations become so real. Like when Lorraine rang me and said, I need to talk to you. I was like, oh, okay. And she said about the marble thing, and she went, am I right to be freaked out? I went, oh, I would.
Yeah.
Because the marble, again, Fox and Gina Lamb, Into the Unknown, we'll explain this more. But it's not coincidence. It's not coincidence. It's because there's a backstory to what that meant. Because if you just went home to the marble, you wouldn't even ask the question, would you?
No.
You'd be like, oh, my little boy's been playing. I'll clean it up. But literally, a couple of days earlier, we've experienced Marble Day.
And I'd hoovered the room, and about 2 hours before, so there was no way that marble was in the middle of the room. But then I applied logic to it. I tried to, and I was like, actually, it was in my child's room. There's an innocence. It felt actually more protective because it appeared when we were doing bedtime, which is like our time. I'm sat in his bed, and then it was there. So I thought it was applied at a nice time. It wasn't thrown. It was placed, and I'm sure people now listening to this going, where is Lorraine and what's happened to her, but if you'd have been on that journey with us and then that would have happened to you, you would have absolutely took something from that.
I think that's a great point to say to people. Check it out. Go on an investigation with an open mind, and just don't be negative. Just go in and go, right, well, and the thing is, if you go to a haunted place and nothing happens, you can walk out validated going, I told you.
Exactly.
But you've experienced it yourself,
Or what happened to me could happen to you, and you come out going, when's the next one? Which, we have a travel podcast as well, so I just want to briefly touch, because we haven't got too long, about round the world investigations and things, because we talked about on the investigation about Vegas, and you were saying, was it Bally's Hotel?
It is, yeah.
Which I never knew all these years in travel. But do you know what? No one ever asks for that hotel. I've never booked it in my life, and this is like, and you're looking for things. But I went to Vegas, I stayed there 10 days. I loved it.
Lovely.
It's the only hotel I never went in. Not because I don't want to go. And I literally visited every hotel.
And what are the chances? What are the chances out of all of them? Because there's so many.
Oh, these and I literally did hotel, and then that one was sat there. It's next to Paris, and I was like, no, I don't. For some reason, let's not waste time. And I carried on. Funny. But I will go back to that hotel. I feel like we will go back to that hotel. We will go back to that hotel. So what's the story with that hotel?
There was a great fire there. If you stay there, you're meant to hear the sounds of like screaming, chaos outside your door. It's meant to be so active, and some people go there and they don't experience something, but then again, is that an energetic misalignment happening? Is that not the right person? Oh, how's the arms going?
I got it. I got it again then.
Colin's radar's going. So yeah,
and do they market that then, that this is I'm going to look into
weirdly I don't know. I've not, because I only know because I thought this is something I've always wanted to do. I've been lucky enough to go through an abandoned casino in Vegas before. This is before I did the YouTube channel, but ever since that day I've been like, because that was haunting in its own, and that was just an abandoned
ruins that I said to you when we was on the way back. Remember I said about Camelot, the theme park?
Oh yeah.
So Camelot's just an abandoned theme park. When you drive on the motorway, you can see the roller coaster rusting away.
Yeah, you can go.
And
it's still up.
But I want to go. I want, and no one.
There you go.
No one will go with me. But
I'll go with you.
There's like mannequins.
I was going to say you're in the right presence now.
But I think that could be a good one to just have a little mooch around and see if anything's there. But it just looks. You can see on the motorway it just looks so sad but beautiful. If that makes sense,
you know what? That's exactly the beauty behind it, because it's a time that people have forgotten, isn't it? And so many people will go past it and not even give it a second look. But you gave it that energy. It's sort of like that haunting.
I want to experience it. So before we do wrap it all up, because I said the travel thing, there must be. Do you have like a list of? So you mentioned Vegas, but there must be so many places around the world now that are famous, kind of Pontifact houses, like haunted places. Do you have that kind of a bucket list?
I've tried to avoid it because then I think sometimes if I'm set too much on one thing, then I might get distracted if something comes up organically. So all I've got is a few vague ideas of things that I'd like to see that I think other people would enjoy as well. So Vegas is the number one, because as soon as you say haunted Vegas to someone, it's like, what?
And everyone can relate to it. Everybody knows what it is.
100%. And then you've got Area 51, which is just down the road. So you can then bring in the alien thing. So that just feels like that would be really, really fun. And I'd really love it if you guys could join me to know that our energy.
We'll just say
yes.
Yeah.
Well, next year's plan for Playing Comedy is it was literally to travel and explore the comedy scenes. But what we can do is we can now match it up and go, we'll
crossover
comedy.
We'll do haunted stuff one night. The next night we'll go for comedy.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I'm down for this.
So, Bo, we like to ask all our guests, because I'm obviously a travel agent and it's
Yeah.
my biggest passion. If I give you an open check, where would you love to travel to?
Oh my goodness, do I have to just go to one place?
No, it's your bucket list. You can do whatever you want.
It's your itinerary.
Wow, okay. Well, the west coast of America has been
Nice.
on my radar for a long, long time. I would love to really go to town on that. And then, to be fair, if it's a blank check, maybe I'll go around to the east coast of America and just do like the whole of it around there as well. But
Basically, do the round trip.
I think I might just do the round trip of America.
Are
and
you
then-
driving this round trip?
Oh, I'd love to drive America.
Nice,
Yeah,
okay.
I think there's something really special about that. Maybe get like a Ford Fairlane, you know, one of those really
Oh,
old school
nice,
ones, and
yeah.
just cruise. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you've
that'd
got
be
the right look
amazing.
for that. You could pull that off. You know, I couldn't do that. Me and Colin could definitely not pull that off. You've
Nissan
got the right
Nissan
look.
Micra to Dover, maybe.
Would you? It's always interesting when people want to travel around America.
Mm.
Would you want to do the big hotels or would you want to do the motel stays?
See, I think motel is
Yeah.
more for me.
It's the most popular. Everybody
it?
wants to do a motel. Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe
it's
it's.
the thing.
Is it because there's a little bit more energy about it? It's a little bit more like, ooh.
Yeah, I feel like it
edgy,
is.
isn't
You, I think people go with an expectation of something to happen.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
it's a murder.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, well, something happened.
Where are you staying? Bates, I think it's called.
Oh, no, thank you.
No.
No, thank you. That's not on my list.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
great trip. Well, what we'll do is we'll fly you there first class and back, and then you can drive yourself.
I would absolutely be
Yeah.
down for that.
And we'll get Tink, your little gorgeous dog, a passport, and she can go with you.
I love that.
She's
Yeah.
coming to Vegas with us too.
Yes, the team is complete.
Thanks, Bo.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody wants to do motels.
That doesn't surprise
Mm.
me.
I
And
stayed,
it's
I
usually
stayed in
because they say, I feel like it'd be a bit haunted. They only do one or two. They never do the whole trip.
Do they
They
not?
almost do it like it's part of the attraction.
Oh,
Yeah.
just died.
Oh,
See, we're meant to be.
meant to be.